Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the rerolling process, how to do it, and it is really simple if you do it on an emulator or on your phone, and also who you should reroll for and why. Currently, we see solo leveling seems to be in maintenance. I think there's another like 8 or so hours, and I'm just going to give you guys pretty much a quick recap on what exactly you should be going for in the reroll and everything. So thank you to Pridewind for obviously having the database, right? I've worked with Pridewind closely on Black Clover Mobile, and now Antelar is taking on the job of also doing solo leveling. So I will be using this database for now and in the future. And, you know, if ever you want to yell at Antelar, just let me know. Right, let me know, and I'll make sure to tell them. Now, they have a full reroll guide, but I'm just going to kind of break it down and make it a lot simpler. Just give you guys my personal opinions on certain things, but it doesn't stray too far away from it. So there's a couple things you do need to know, and as to why you should probably do it on a phone or emulator. The main reason is because of the fact that on a phone and an emulator, you can sign in as a guest. On PC, you could only do the top 3 options and not sign in as a guest unless they change that on global. I don't think so. So we could expect that, yeah, we could only sign in as a guest on a phone, including emulator. So because of that, to make rerolling easier, go to the link down below and download Solo Leveling Arise on PC if it does work. Now, the problem is, at first, it didn't seem to work, at least for the Canada version of Solo Leveling Arise. But the thing is, now that it's coming out globally, now that it seems like they're going to add iOS, so maybe they're fixing some stuff on mobile too, we could probably expect BlueStacks to work just fine with Solo Leveling Arise, and I'm pretty sure it should work because BlueStacks is pushing for people to download Solo Leveling Arise, and it is the most optimal way if you're trying to re-roll, and then afterwards you would get the Netmarble launcher and then download Solo Leveling then. All right. So you're always going to sign in as a guest when you do it. Now, the first reroll is going to take you about 20 to 30 minutes, okay? From what I've been seeing, that's about as long as it took me. And if you're really pushing for it, maybe you could get a few more minutes. But it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter because at a certain point, you could just reset your account. Okay, once you do the tutorial once, you could actually just reset the account and then start from it. And then it's literally going to tell you, if you do reset it, that you could just quick skip the tutorial. So you could skip that and then make it like a 5-minute reroll, including summoning. Maybe 10 if you're pushing it, right? So the rerolling becomes a lot easier. No more tutorials, no more fighting. It's just getting straight into it. And you're just going to have to repeat the process we're basically going to do here. So overall, like if you just got a phone lying around, right? And you even if you play on PC for rerolling, way better because of the guest. Don't have to put in an email every time. Now, if you're adamant, oh my, why did it go so big? If you're adamant on doing it on PC, you can do it, but you're gonna have to log out and then repeat the process over and over and over and over. Okay. So that is the unfortunate part. Now, from what Pridewind, from what I'm pretty sure Furotu wrote this, I think. From what he wrote, we're getting a total of about 16 summon tickets and 2,000 essence stones, which is 8 pulls also because a single is 250. So you're going to have like close to 3 multis, but on global launch, we could expect maybe a bit more. Maybe they're going to give us a surprise because 15 million pre-registrations. And it doesn't seem like we're getting anything for that, which, guys, I find it a bit crazy, but you guys let me know. Now, there is also something to mention. We'll talk about this later, but I'm pretty sure one thing about the maintenance that we could expect, I don't know if it's only for Canada, but there is a thing where is it though? Could I find it? No, I don't. Is it? All I know is that the maintenance is supposed to give an extra 800 crystals, so you might be able to expect even more than just the 2,000. Here it is. So 800 essence stones, but do we know if that's for global players or just people who already have an account? That is to be determined. But either way, it's going to give you a pretty like good amount, right? For solo leveling, it's not bad considering the type of game it is. Now, 16 summon tickets is going to be for the normal banner because you got to remember there is the limited banner and then the selection banner, as we can see on the bottom of the screen right here. Now, the selection banner is going to be the important one for this video, in my opinion, because this one you're going to have to make choices. And I personally have my 4 picks pretty much planned out, but I should probably have pulled them up in separate tabs. So because of how this game works, you're going to want to have a healthy amount of hunters and weapons. So because of that, I chose 2 hunters and 2 weapons that I think early to mid game, and most of them being also late game, are going to help. Now, Emma is a very good early grinder, but the one problem with her is the fact that you can't use her with Choi Jong-in. Now, well, mainly saying that because of the fact that on global his banner is not out. Now she remains a good unit, and because Choi is not out, she does gain some value because you can see here there's not many options that you could really work with. Emma's a good support unit, being able to give defense penetration to everyone and fire damage to everyone, give herself barrier, works off of HP, but it's mainly her AoE potential that early game a lot of people did like. The debate early on was that Emma's way better than Choi, but now it does seem that after just a lot of talk and like just working out the units, right, Choi in terms of at least single target and for bosses is way better. And now in the landscape that we're in, Choi does offer like slightly more value, but that might change because crit damage on gear was bugged. Now this is selection 1. Selection 2 is going to be Seo Jiwoo. Now let me actually just say you could choose 4 units to select and they're all going to be rated up. I just kind of assumed that you guys would know, but I should probably say like they're all rated up at 0.15. So they're going to be much higher than the other ones. So that is something important to know. So Seo Jiwoo is going to be very good for single target damage and late game for bosses. So I think overall she's just good early, late, whatever. She gives the whole teams a barrier. Now a lot of people might be saying Min Byung-gu, but if we're really counting for people who don't have a lot of SSRs and we're for free to plays, Seo Jiwoo is going to be way better early game and late game and she just remains. They're both really good, right? But Seo Jiwoo is going to have more value because you're going to be fighting Cerebrus a lot in the later game, and also because she's going to be helpful for more people who have less units. Min Byung-gu is great when you have a bunch of DPSs, but if you don't have that, then Seo Jiwoo to me is the more clear pick in my opinion. Now for the weapons, see this is Grimoire should be the first one, and then it should be Demonic Plum Flower Sword, a weapon that literally had a full guide made around if you have it or don't have it, how you should use your account. So these two are good. This one good because there's a lot of dark bosses, and then this one is just good because the AoE damage is going to be insane and it's going to help you clear a lot quicker, and it stuns for what, 4 seconds? So it's crazy, right? It is crazy. Now if you get another weapon, a like really good one will be West Wind, but you could like check out the weapon tier list to see what SR weapons are like really good. I'd say like Orb, Longbow, like West Wind, like these, like the top SR ones are most likely, they are the ones you would rather go for. So these are the 4 you're going to be picking. Now I want to make something clear. You are only using, let me pull up the image again. You are only using crystals on this banner, okay? And you're only using the tickets on the selection banner, okay? You're not using crystals on the selection. Now, why is that? Well, first of all, Baek Yoon-ho is also going to be out on launch, but then it's also going to be Cha Hae-in, all right? So both Hae-in and also Baek Yoon-ho are going to be there. Silver Maiden Baek Yoon-ho though. Now, which one should you pick? Overall though, for late game, one thing I like to take into account is type advantages. As of right now, Baek Yoon-ho does not have a type advantage in the Encore. Okay, there's not really something that stands out for Dark. And there's another thing. Okay, the other thing, I keep on going in and I keep on scrolling in. The other thing is that there's 2 other Dark units, where for Light, there's not another Dark DPS, outright DPS. The normal Baek Yoon-ho is great for breaking, but Cha Hae-in is going to be very good for doing more so damage. So I think Hae-in is the clear pick to me to actually get her when she comes out instead of the Baek Yoon-ho banner. That's, in my opinion, how you should go for it, because Hae-in will be out on launch. So please do keep that in mind. All right, you definitely, in my opinion, want to get Hae-in also because she does seem to be a cracked unit, but we're going to have to obviously do a lot more testing and stuff like that once Hae-in actually does release. So just a little recap, okay? You really do want to do it on mobile or emulator. Remember, BlueStacks link down below. And then afterwards, once you do the tutorial, you could reset the account whenever you don't get what you want, and then you could just skip the tutorial and then you just repeat. Remember, 2 banners, claim all the tickets, and make sure to also get the codes. Finally, there's going to be codes now and in the future, okay? As of right now, it does seem that the ones that work is going to be World First Level Up and maybe Hunter Pass First. Okay, those seem to be the ones that probably will work, and if they don't, we'll see whatever codes do work. And I recommend going to this news, which I'm also running alongside Oliver, to be able to get, it's mostly him doing a lot of the stuff for now, to see any codes that come out. He's been very diligent in posting everything, and I definitely think it's worth going to check his channel out. So I hope this was helpful. Definitely these are the 4 things you want to pick, in my opinion. I mean, besides that, there are some other good ones, but for the most part, early, mid, even late game, those are the 4 picks that I feel like for me are going to be the most impactful, especially for re-rolling for those accounts. Those 4 are just going to be by far the best. And it's so easy to reroll that it's just worth it, okay? 7 hours until launch. I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.